Astro Flippers, CDPers, cold callers, sketchers, everybody who's in wholesale. I'm Jamil Damji. I'm Pace Morby. And together we are Pace and Jamil. Do America. Central PA Investors. We are going to be there March 10th. Zach Weiss is bringing us out. Weiss is the man. He's amazing. Guys, it's so exciting to hang out with you and Zach Weiss at the Crown Plaza Hotel in downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What are you going to be talking about, bro? It's at 6 p.m. and we're going to be talking about acquisitions, dispositions, and your favorite, subject to seller finance. Absolutely. And we have a special guest coming with us. Come on in, Ty.
Oh, wow. Ty, you're amazing with this technology.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Yo, we in here. Let's get it. What's going on? Show number 133. For this week's Flippinar, we have the full crew. So we're here to hopefully provide some useful information for those who want it. If nothing else, I'll turn it over to you, Adrian.
All right. As Ty said, welcome. We're all here this Thursday. Thank you for joining us. This is how it works. You post your questions. I read the questions, and Ty and or Renikia will answer your questions. But in addition to that, what we've been doing for the last few weeks is giving you the opportunity to call in. You can call in and we'll go live. You'll be live and you can ask your question that way. That telephone number is 205-386-0035. And for those on Instagram, I will repeat it again. It is 205-386-0035. Just when you call in, make sure you tell us where you're calling from and your name. I always like to do a little shout out. So we do have Velma, who's been patiently waiting for the show to start. Hello, Miss Velma. Yehosef, Terrell, Miss Doreen Brayboy, Saniqua, Carlos, Frank, Private Life, The Lady Mill, Quan Winder, Hawkeye, Ruben Contreras from Duncanville, Texas. Dante says yo to the flip game. Eric Mitchell, and of course, El Haj Malik, my biggest fan. So, Renikia, how are you?
Wow, I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. Ty, anything before we get this thing jumping?
No, let's get it.
All right. So we'll go straight into this thing, straight to the hotline. See here. Oh, wow. Thank you for calling. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Saniqua Cunningham from Dayton, Ohio.
Hello, Miss Cunningham. What's your question?
I'm calling. I haven't been able to really watch the videos, but I wanted to start doing the house flipping, and I don't have good credit, and I don't have money of my own. What do you suggest that I do to start out? Because I know I was watching another one of the videos was saying how my state wasn't one of the ones that y'all announced that said that those are the ones that y'all looking for property at. So I was wondering, what do you suggest that I do to get started?
Well, you started off, I think, by saying you haven't watched that many of the videos. So that's the first thing you want to do is take advantage of all the free knowledge, whether it's through my stuff or whoever or whatever. But you want to educate yourself. I say it every week to give yourself the best chance to succeed. And then once you do that, you're going to automatically know what to do. And you may not do it, but you're going to know what to do. Let me just say that because a lot of people are still afraid to make mistakes or whatever. You're going to make mistakes. I still make them 17 years in the game. Just one of the great things about it, is, it doesn't put you out of business in most cases. As far as as far as your state not being on the list, as you referring to where I put out there to send deals or whatever, it doesn't matter about that. If it's a decent sized city, you just go ahead and send it in anyway. Renikia, you may have something to add.
I concur. And I want to just add on to what Ty said. is education. I think we underestimate education is currency in itself. So you may not have credit.
Just tell her.
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Cunningham. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up, and Renikia is answering on the line.
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, she can hear.
So you can turn up so you can hear Miss Renikia. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what I was saying is education is currency. So I definitely agree with Ty. You want to start the foundation of what you're trying to do starts with you being knowledgeable on what needs to be done. We have plenty, we speak about it every week. You don't need credit nor cash to flip properties. And that's the wholesale technique, which the Flipman show, the YouTube channel has over 300, 400 videos about how to flip with absolutely no money and without having credit either. So, but I do recommend in the midst of you flipping with no money, get your credit right. It takes 30 to 60 days to fix your credit. Invest in yourself and make sure you have good credit, because good credit is currency too.
All right, there you have it. Appreciate that call, Miss Cunningham. And I see several of you still logging on. Hey, Eric, Greens, Gatlin, Long Gone, Sovereign Seeker, Reese, Don Burr, Quan, and our Facebook user that's just waving. Britannia buys houses. Lewis is from East Texas. Thank you. And a shout out to all of you on Instagram. Keep in mind, if you do call that number, you have the opportunity to ask your question live. Otherwise, you can just continue to post your questions in the chat and I would read those. Speaking of, Jared Kazi wants to know, if I'm just starting out, should I build a buyer's list or get a house under contract first?
Mm.
What do you think?
Well, I used to be on the other side of it, but I've been turned. I've been.
He's swinging to your side.
I clearly see the other side of both work. You know, I always said that though. Both work. Both work. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, so because if you get the right set of buyers that are going to actually buy, you just go out there and find what they're looking for. And same thing, you know, you still have to produce and find a great deal that fits or whatever. But, you know, always focus on a great deal, because sometimes the timing may not be right for some buyers. If you're especially looking for one particular buyer or whatever in a particular area. So just make sure it's a great deal. And normally you can have a multiple buyers for a particular property. So.
And I agree to that as well. Really, it's not one or the other. You really just want to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say one of the techniques that I really love is reverse wholesaling, is that I go and find the money first and then I go and find the houses. However, you need both. It's not one or the other. You just want to simultaneously build both at the same time.
All right. Thank you for answering that. We're going to hop right into our next caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, my name is Leslie, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Hi.
Wow, Canada.
Hi.
What's your question?
My question actually is, it's related to Deal You Later, aka PropStream. And when you're pulling foreclosure list or any type of list, do you go through, like, I'm wondering if Ty goes through and actually vets the list before determining, you know, which is a good deal and what's not a good deal?
Okay. As well, I guess when you say vet the list, it depends on how large of a list you're talking about, number one. And you really won't know, well, you can assume some things by looking at the date that they acquired the mortgage, they initiated the mortgage on the property. If it was done back in 2000 and it's 2020 right now, and you don't see any other recent mortgages on the mortgage history or the transaction history, then, you know, there may be a great deal of equity there or whatever. So if you want to go through it in that way, then yeah, that works. But just because the equity is not there doesn't mean it's not still maybe an opportunity to do a subject to or something of that nature by catching up the payments on the property. May be very still profitable to do that. It's just going to depend on the numbers. So I would encourage you just to go into it in each property, especially. The hardest thing is to get people to even talk to you. So, you just want to take them just case by case. You don't even worry about that part of it, because the hardest first thing is just getting them to talk to you. So trying to cherry pick going to even limit that even more. Whoever will talk to you, and when you're dealing with pre-foreclosures, you have to just take them case by case or whatever. Again, if the equity is not there, maybe an opportunity to transition it over into a subject to or something like that. So.
All right. Did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you for calling. All right, guys, if you missed that, so she was speaking in regards to Dealulator. That's dealulator.com, aka PropStream. Most definitely a tool that I would highly suggest adding to your tool chest for wholesaling. There is a 5-day free trial on there. It is a paid subscription, so you have to weigh out, what's important to you to get your this working for you. See if you want to pay for that monthly subscription, but you do at least have 5 days to try it out. Now, the next question is going to come.
But before you answer that, somebody asked a question on Instagram about they sent a deal in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Just DM me the address and I'll check on it for you or whatever. So anyone, if you send in a deal and you haven't heard from me or my guys over at Keegley or whatever, just DM me and I'll follow up and tell you what's the deal on it.
All right, there you have it. So going back to the hotline, let's see here. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Steven, and I'm calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Steven. Thanks for calling in. What's your question?
I just wanted to kind of know if I've seen some advertisement that he was coming to Harrisburg, and I just want to be a part of that. I've been watching y'all for a while, and this thing kind of like changed my life. I went to a seminar behind it. I got a bunch of, I'm kind of like one of the things he said, like I'm full of information. I got bandit signs. Now it's time to jump out the window. I'm a little nervous, but following behind, watching the videos every week, I'm jumping out the window.
All right.
I just want to know if y'all really coming down.
Ty will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there March 10th at the Crown Plaza Hotel, downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I think it's a little over an hour from Philadelphia, if I'm not correct, and I think it's sort of close to Pittsburgh also. So we'll be there at 6 p.m. It's free or whatever. I'd love to, come out and we'll be chatting it up with people early before the show starts and afterwards, and sharing what we got to do. So Jamil and Pace invited me to come with them, so I'm glad to be able to do it. I'm actually surprised at how comfortable I've been in these settings or whatever. But cool, great meeting people.
Man, this is you. This is all you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd love to see you, man. What's your name?
My name is Steven, man, and you've been a blessing, man. And I want you to keep doing it. Anything I could do, I'm jumping in. I'll take it from there. God bless, bro.
All right. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Yes, sir.
Steven.
Definitely.
All right.
Yep.
Yay. Steven, don't forget, he's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Crown Plaza Hotel, downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have a question from Mac, who is also Mac the Face and Mac the Gram, same person. Wants to know, what would you suggest as a split between myself and an agent if I'm bringing a cash buyer to the table, keeping in mind that I want to build a long-standing relationship?
That agent will be elated with that 6%, right?
6, 3.
You know,
allowed to give an agent no more than 3%. Good.
Well,
6, you may
there
keep
you
them for
go.
life.
All right, Mac on the face, Mac on the gram, about 3%, but do good.
3%.
Thanks for
I mean,
asking.
that's what they get on every deal. 3%.
Now,
I said that's what they get on. Oh, that's the average percent that they get on every deal.
okay. Now, I'm glad you have that up on the screen because someone, I don't know who it was. I can't find it, but they said, how do I get in contact with the co-host? What's her IG? So if y'all have, if you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you're not new, you already know what's up. You already know, but we'll reiterate it to you. We do have the beautiful Miss Renikia with us, and she can be reached across all social media platforms. But why would you want to reach out to her? Let me tell you why. She is the owner, aka CEO, of a financial company that will help you step your wholesaling game up. So some of you are really comfortable with this wholesaling thing, and you have some money stacked up, and you want to start buying and holding some properties, she can help you there. Some of you have credit and maybe need to work on that a little bit. She has a program to help you with that. She's your financial resource. She's your gateway to using your credit to building wealth. And I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit about that. So Renika, what?
Oh wow!
Can you?
Thank you. that was good. No, thank you so much. My focus is to understand that, of course, we teach about buying and selling real estate with absolutely no money, which we do every day, which is the wholesale technique. But if you want to get to and just continue to build yourself in your real estate business, you want to start fixing and flipping, you want to buy and hold, you need money to do those things. So we specialize in creative financing, gap funding up to $150,000 of unsecured credit. We also provide residential, commercial purchase and rehab loans. And if you want to build a rental portfolio, we have a true 30-year note. And one thing I love about our residential loans is that you do not need your financials, no tax returns, bank statements, income verification, nor pay stubs. We don't need seasonal funds. As long as you have the money at the closing table of the closing day, you can close. So we're making it very easy for the average person to be able to go out there and start building wealth in real estate.
All right, guys. So that's fundmynextdeal.com is where you can visit, the website you can visit to reach out to Renikia. Again, that's fundmynextdeal.com, or you can email funding@fkfinancials.com, and just make sure that you allow 48 to 72 hours for Renikia or a member of her staff to reach back out to you. Now, again, we're taking live calls, guys. My phone isn't hopping. My hotline, anybody
Lines are open.
Lines are open. Call us.
The line is open. The line is open.
The
line is open.
205-386-0035. Again, that's 205-386. Oh, look at there. Oh, wow. Somebody's calling right now. Who's our lucky caller? You're not winning this, but you can ask your question.
Oh, you winning.
Calling from?
Isaiah Odom from Orlando.
Hi, Isaiah. Thank you for calling. What's your question?
I wanted to know if how to find a owner's address, find an owner's name by searching the address.
Well, the free way to do it is just through the county courthouse, through their county website. That's the free way to do it in the tax assessor's records. If you're in well, I think it doesn't matter about that. So that's the free way of doing it. If you want to get more detailed information, then you can use a service like diglater.com, aka PropStream, to do that. And you can look into transaction history on the property, cash buyers in the area, what other houses have sold for to help you determine ARV, and so on. But to answer your question, you can go through the county website, which is free to look up an owner's information, and normally it's going to include the mailing address.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
I appreciate all the all the game y'all giving out too. I watch y'all like every Thursday, man. Y'all have a good day.
You too, and thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Looking forward to doing a deal with y'all too.
All right.
Oh man,
Take
let's
over
make it happen, man.
Orlando.
All right. Already. Thank you.
Bye.
Already.
All right. Let's see here. Uh-oh. I got another call. Ooh,
D-line.
who phone dry? Not
The
mine.
line is
Woo.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Harley. I'm originally from Inglewood, California, but I'm out here in the DMV area. And so I've spoke with him in the DM. I have some, but I've walked past this commercial property. is very run down. I asked the neighbor of it. He's a Mercedes dealer, so he says he's the owner. I don't know if he's the owner or not, and I tried to go to look up the records, but the address that's on that storage place, it doesn't, when I go into like the county or the county records, it doesn't give me anything. So I'm like, is the address right? Should I look up a business a different way than looking up a property to figure out who is the owner? If this person, because he's using it as a garage, like his car is littered with with it in the front of this dilapidated store building. So yeah, I want to know am I looking up the property wrong, and how could I do it instead? Yeah.
How if it's a fairly large property, meaning the lot size, it can be it shouldn't be multiple parcels, but a lot of times when it's a decent sized lot, the county may have something different than what the mailing address is as far as how to look it up. That's where an app like Land Glide comes in handy. Where you'll be right there in front of the property. It's going to tell you what the address is. In most cases, it depends on how that county produces information, but it's going to tell you what the address is. So, or if you just go to the county and just give them the address of the Mercedes dealership, they'll tell you what the actual address is next door to it. If you understand what you're looking at when they show you the actual parcel map or whatever. So, and you go from there. But if he told you he's the owner, more than likely he's the owner, especially if he has his cars parked over there.
Okay. I was thinking maybe, he had like a deal with the gentleman or the owner, but he could be the owner. I mean, he could be the owner. So I'm going to keep looking, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm on your video stuff. I'm new. And, I'm amped, man. I'm hoping, I can be one of your interviewees soon.
Hey, make it happen, man. And
you will. You
will. Make it happen, my man.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. The line. Oh, look at that. Hotline. All right. Thank you for calling in. Tell us where you're from and your name.
Hi, my name is Darren, and I'm from Rockford, Illinois.
Hello, Darren. Thanks for calling in. What's your question?
I had a question. Okay, so we're trying to get a deal through a realtor, and he's actually want to play ball with us. So, is there a different contract I need to fill it out through him, or is it the same one?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
most realtor, you will always have to use the GAR form or their real estate form or the state real estate form. So allow your realtor to provide that for you.
All right. Sorry, I disconnected.
Are you going to try to wholesale it? Oh yeah.
He's gone. He's gone.
Because I would say your AB contract with the actual seller will be on the GAR, but your contract with your end buyer can be on your form.
All right. Going to our next call. Tell us where you're from and your name.
All right.
Hello?
Are you gonna try to hold them?
Hey, go ahead and turn down the volume on your video, and you can go ahead with your question.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was me. They just aired my question.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're trying to wholesale it.
Okay, woo! I got him right back on the line. Yes.
Well,
yeah,
if you're gonna try to host it now, you're in Illinois, so you do know that a broker is gonna have to be involved on your end of it also, right?
Oh wow.
Actually, the property is in Indiana. My bad.
Okay, all right, make it happen then.
So the law already in place?
Huh?
The law in Illinois is in place?
Oh yeah, that's real.
We're gonna need the realtor's contract and not ours, right?
Yeah. An agent is not going to use nothing but theirs that's what's approved by the state. You know, the board of realtors for that particular state. As long as the language in there doesn't prevent you from assigning it, you're good.
Okay, because he was asking us for a contract.
Well, if she's if they're asking you. Whoa. If they're asking you for a contract, produce one. You know.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just like that. He may not be acting as a realtor. He may be acting on his own behalf.
Exactly. Go with the flow.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it. You too.
The line ain't that big. He got
Right back in. Hey, thank you for calling us on the Flippinar. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
How you doing? My name is Lawrence from the DMV in Maryland.
Okay.
Hello, Lawrence. Thanks for calling in. You got a question?
Yes, I do. So I've been at this about a year, and unfortunately have not been able to do a deal yet. My question is, I'm doing driving for dollars, and I'm doing bandit signs. So far, I've put up about 100 bandit signs, and I haven't gotten a call or anything yet. So my question is, my bandit sign is simply, we buy houses, and the phone number. Should I change my bandit sign, or should I change or any direction or ideas of where I should put the bandit signs or concentrate on putting the bandit signs?
Well, first thing, how many of the signs are still up? And 100 over the course of a year is not a lot. You literally need to be putting that out really a week, right? A minimum of 50, but ideally 100 would be great or whatever. But over the course of a year, that wouldn't be unusual. You know what I'm saying? So, and then now if all 100 of those were still up, or even 70 of those were still up, you should have started generating some calls. Now, where you're placing those signs is very important. And then your message, seems like the message is simple enough. I'm assuming these are printed signs and not handwritten, which handwritten can work if done correctly.
They're printed signs. I actually listened to one of your videos, and that's you suggested we use. So I got them from them.
Okay. All right. Boom.
All right. Thank you.
To troubleshoot, you're not doing enough bandit signs for sure. If you're driving for dollars, you may want to add into it if you haven't already been doing. Make sure you're paying attention to properties that are for rent that appear being advertised by the actual owner. And one identifier of that is just those generic red and white signs or black and white signs. And what you're looking to do there, even if if they assuming they want to sell, when you call them, you want to just ask them if the property is still available. Really doesn't matter if it is or it isn't. If it is available, you go through the motions or whatever. If they give you a price that doesn't work, try to transition them over into some owner financing, because those guys, most people that have rental properties, they like the cash flow side of it. They just may be tired of the landlord side of it. So with owner financing, you can remove that. Now, if they say that property that you call about is not available, they're not interested in selling, always ask them, or do they have anything else they want to sell? Because a lot of landlords have multiple properties. So that they may have a troubled property that they're happy to unload. It just may not be the one you're calling on.
I will. Thank you, sir, and ma'am. And keep up the good work.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
To accept this call, press 1.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, thanks for calling from Kentucky. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
All right. Well, you got a question?
Yeah, maybe that question. See, I'm new to all this. I've been watching all of his YouTube videos, and I looked up the owner's address, and the LLC company came in.
Okay, so you looked at the owner and it reflected an LLC as an owner. So what's your question? What do you do now?
Is there any way I can put a contract with the LLC company?
Well, yeah, you want to answer? You want to go?
Yeah, I answer. So it doesn't matter if it's LLC, corporation, personal name. It's the owner. They can still sign. There's always a person that's behind the LLC that can sign off on the contract. So.
All right. I'm sorry, we had a little feedback there, but if you didn't hear Renikia, she was just stating that you most definitely could, because there's typically, how'd you put it? There's a person behind the LLC. So the LLC is just a name. There still has to be an individual behind that you could put the property under contract with, right?
Right. Exactly.
And in Alabama, it's pretty simple to, well, they don't make it that simple, but you can look up through the Secretary of State, who actually registered at LLC. Sometimes it's not always the owner, maybe an attorney or something, but you may give that a shot also by, it may be on a different title in your state on how to see who registered an LLC or whatever. So.
All right. So thank you for asking that question.
And then you can always send them something in the mail, whether it's, whatever, just say owner of record and just go into asking about buying the house. So.
All right. Sticking with our lines. Tell us where you're from and your name.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm calling from New York.
Hi, Dana from New York.
New York City.
How you doing?
Well,
So, my question is, I went to a real estate conference last weekend, and I was told that New York is an attorney state compared to a title company state.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you make sure that you find the right attorney to complete your investing deal? How do you know that they understand how it works with investors as compared to doing a traditional real estate deal with a realtor and the buyer? How do you make sure you don't get your deal messed up?
all right. Thank you for the question. I'll let Renikia answer that.
No, that's a really, really good question. So what you want to do is have that conversation up front and let them know exactly let them know exactly how you need your deal structured to see if they'll be willing to be able to facilitate that closing for you. Let them know, hey, I'm looking for a double closing or an assignment closing. Can you facilitate that type of closing? If so, then they should know exactly what you mean when you say those things. If not, explain your deal to them. Explain exactly what you need to be done to get your deal closed. If they can't do it, that's fine. Just go to the next attorney and ask them the same question.
All right. Let's see. Whoop. Fingers moving so slow. Thank you for calling in. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Horace Dawson. I'm calling from Macon, Georgia.
Hello, Horace.
Hey.
I'm good. Hey, I want to thank y'all, man, for all the amazing work y'all doing. I just had one quick question. I'm kind of new to the wholesale real estate thing. I had a question in reference to the online contract that you guys have. What's like the turnaround on that? Like when you submit the information into the contract form, like what's the turnaround on that for you guys? Like to send it back?
Oh no, you get it immediately. Once you do hit generate, it's going to take you to the next page, and you could download whatever you filled in immediately to print out or to email.
Oh, okay. That was the only question I had, but man, I really appreciate, man, everything y'all doing, man. Y'all doing some amazing work, man. Thank you.
I really appreciate you joining us.
All right, thank you.
205-386-0035.
That's the number. That's fine. I got this.
All right.
Thank you for calling in tonight. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question?
Yes, my name is Terrell, calling from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, Terrell in Florida.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, good. So I was calling to find out, as far as with Lumber, I signed on with that website and trying to understand if when a person calls in and they call to your phone, how can you tell that it comes from a Lumber number rather than it just being a regular call?
All right. A couple of things you can do when you're doing your forwarding. You can choose to have your actual Vumber number to show up on your phone. Just like right now, whenever you all are calling in, this is a Vumber number. Yeah, I what's the word?
Stored it in your phone.
I stored it in my phone and named it Hotline Flippinar. Right. So we don't see your number, but I can go to Vumber and look it up if I just need to. Right. And so that's how you'll know that a call is coming in for your whatever, your business, I guess, for people. And you can do that for buyers, sellers, or you just can have say motivated sellers or sellers. You can have that programmed in your phone, and then the number you have for your cash buyer, you say cash buyers or potential buyers or whatever. So.
Yeah. So just save it in your contacts as a certain name, so you'll know how to answer.
And the other way is that you can let the number come through, and they have what they call a whisper feature. I'm screaming at it. They have a whisper.
Nah, I don't. He's not screaming over here. Anything,
I mean,
hey, they have this other feature.
There you go.
Called a whisper, and you can program in there. You can say seller, and now it'll show their number then or whatever. But when you answer it, it'll say that, or you can say cash buyer. It'll say that.
And I can find all this stuff in my dashboard.
Yeah, well, you have to go to a particular number, and it'll be there for the settings of a particular number.
Okay, gotcha. So go to the settings because I got two of the numbers now, so I need to go ahead and go into the numbers.
Yeah.
I can set it up from there. That's what you're saying. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for calling in. Bye-bye. And for y'all that aren't using,
let me just show him right quick.
Okay, I was going to say, for those of you who are using Vumber and who are using Google Voice instead, it works the same way. You still set it in your phone as a contact, so that when it rings, even if it just says "We Buy Houses," you know to say "We Buy Houses" when you answer the phone. Same way.
All right. So I hope my man's still watching. So I'm in here in settings, right? So in the call forwarded feature, I have it forwarded to a single number, which is this is my number. And then I have your Vumber number selected. Now, if you want the caller's number to come through, and I took the one thing, you want that to come straight through, don't you? You want to press you haven't been having to press the one?
I have to press the one.
No, I should have removed that. I'm removing that. You don't want them to have to press one. You don't want to have to press one to connect with them.
Yes,
Let me just.
Because I answer it. Sometimes I wait because you're still talking, and I want them to just hold on a second. It's like me holding.
Okay. You want to put it back? Okay. Well, I'm putting it back. All right. So anyway, here's a whisper feature right here, so I can put in here. I don't know. Smart people. So then if I hit save, right? So now when people call in, Adrian will hear smart people.
Smart. Oh, wow.
You see, so that's how that's done. Now, a couple other things you want to go in when you said you want to record all your conversations. So you don't want any message to play. And then I like to send an email or whatever. And then whatever we got in text messaging. I like to get an alert on the app and my dashboard and the email. What else is in here? Call notifications, select all of those, and you send it to whatever email address you want them to go to. And then if you got voicemail, I got that set up. I recorded a greeting, uploaded it, and boom. So I'm using my custom greeting here. So just to go through a couple of the features on how I use it or whatever. So boom, and that's just for one number. As you can see here, I got 50. So
wow.
but anyway.
Who not calling you, Ty?
Hey, the phone ain't ringing, I ain't eating. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right, Eric Doby. We are still taking calls. We are live. Call now. Anybody else call? I'm hanging up. I'm waiting for Eric to call. And Monica, you did make it. Thanks for joining us. You were here last week. Glad to see you this week as well. Shaq Smith, my homie from West Side, D-Town.
No.
I think what the 313 is that what that is?
West Side?
And I see you guys still in there in GGJ. I love the fact that in the chats, y'all are like talking to each other and saying, hey, here's the number. This is where you can get the contract. Try using this, try using that. Go watch the videos. Don't ask that question no more. You asked it like 1,000 times.
Wow.
But I appreciate all of that. Keelan
be
and
nice.
That's nice.
I'll stop screaming and y'all be nice.
Let's play some way. Eric, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. What's your name?
This is Saniqua Cunningham again. From Dayton, Ohio. I had called in, may have been the first caller today, but we had got disconnected. And so when I talk to you on the phone, I can't hear what y'all saying on the thing. And I don't know what happened, but I wanted to ask, is there a particular video that I should start with since you have over 100 videos, but since I'm just starting out to try to start flipping?
100. I'm offended, Miss Saniqua. We have over 400 videos.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. That's okay.
A video to start with is 5 mistakes newbies should avoid when wholesaling. Put Flipman behind it. Any of these, you always want to put Flipman behind it in the search. Let me see. Free deal calculator and Flipman. All right. The new video I did. Top 10 ways to use a real estate tool and Flipman. Wholesaling how you might have watched this because that's probably how you found it. Wholesaling houses step by step and put Flipman in there. May a couple of those will come up. Let me see. $0 to $10,000 in 30 days. I think it's something like that, and put Flipman. Or just put $0 to $10,000 and Flipman. Those will be some good starter videos, and you just start to spread your wings from there.
What about my man?
What about the list that the guy made?
Ma'am.
She said,
Yes.
Oh, it's a young man he was brilliant. He put them in a playlist order. You can go to Flippinar.com and you'll see the link there on Flippinar.com to access those. He sort of put them in a playlist order based on the topic, huh? Ma'am.
Smart people.
Oh, I need to take that out there.
How do you say what was it?
Flippinar. Like flipping.
Yeah.
Take off the G, add an AR.
Yeah. Flippinar.
Yeah. Remove the G, add an AR.
You got it?
Like webinar, Flippinar, seminar, Flippinar.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, and so I tried to text about the one page
the 1 page contract.
All right.
Yes,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Look up also 2020. I'm screaming again. 2020 contract Flipman.
2020 contract Flipman.
And that'll give you how you can access the free contract. And what I try to do is make it easy for you to fill it out online, and you can do whatever you want to with it after that. Professionalism.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you for calling in. Bye-bye. I bet y'all missed Eric. Eric can probably try to call 2-3 times. Man, I need Eric Doby on the line.
You gotta do better. 205-386-0035.
Oh, let's see. Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Good evening.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Mr. Flip, what I used to call you, bro?
Yes, philanthropist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Philanthropist. I like that.
This might be 5 or
unique here, or Flipman. Just got word of one of my friends who was doing, jobs, doing doing deals under LLC, and he got sued, man, and he lost a lot of stuff. And he was told that if he had a holding company, it would have been better for him. And I don't know if that's under you or you, Anikia. Which way is better to protect yourself?
I'll let her answer that.
So you say he had an LLC?
Yeah.
He had an LLC, and he did probably 10 deals. And
On the one LLC.
I don't know what the whole case was about, but they wound up taking him to court. It took a couple of months or whatever, but they was able to get a lot of money from him. And from what he told me, the attorney that worked with him said, he should put it under an LLC, put it under a holding company, and all this other stuff. Whether it's
what state was this in?
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of paranoid, so I'm like.
Well, I would say this: if you're really doing a lot of real estate like that, I would definitely recommend for you to create an LLC per house. So if you get sued, they only can take that one house or that one asset, and they cannot take it all.
What was he doing? What is he doing? He's flipping, rentals, or wholesaling, or what?
I think he did like a couple of wholesaling, but he was into that buy and hold and fix up and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So he's holding all these assets under one LLC.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. You want to put them in each.
You want to put it on honestly, and it could be a lot of work to you, but it will definitely help protect you. To put, if you're gonna hold, to put all of your properties in different LLCs. I had one investor that I used to work with, and whatever the property's name, that's the LLC's name. If it's 123 Main Street, it's 123 Main LLC. And that helps you to stay protected, especially in cases like this. However, the holding company scenario could be a great scenario, but I'm not too familiar with how that holding company could protect his assets versus any other corporation or entity.
Okay, that got you squared away?
Yeah, that got me squared away. I'm talking to you.
Someone on Instagram said he lost because he didn't respect the LLC. He say, and he mixed up the LLC finances with regular life finances.
Yeah, gotta get you every time.
Yeah, gotta separate that money. Business money, play money, work money, my money, your money, her they money, her money, actress money.
Exactly.
All right, thanks for calling in.
I appreciate it, guys.
Bye. Okay, so on Instagram, Sparky D82 wants to know on Google Voice, can you control the amount of rings before it goes to voicemail? I think 4 rings, the callers will hang up before your greeting kicks in. And I'm pretty sure you can on Google Voice. You can choose whether it goes straight to voicemail or whether it is routed to your cell phone, which is why you would store it as a contact, because it forwards it to your phone. And then at that point, I don't think you can have as much control over it. But if you just let Google Voice be Google Voice, then yes. Yes. Going to the phone lines. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
How you doing? My name is Derek, calling from Baltimore, with a DMV area.
Hello, Derek.
How are you?
I'm well.
So I just have a quick question. I usually see when I'm looking up property or looking up, trying to look up vacant properties, I see a lot of pre-foreclosures. So my question to Mr. Flipman and Ms. Monika is, would you recommend trying to wholesale pre-foreclosures?
Well, we sort of discussed that a moment ago. If the equity is there, several directions going. If you're trying to do short sales, that's one thing. If you're trying to wholesale a property that's in pre-foreclosure, but there's enough equity already there, then that's another thing. It really doesn't matter about their behind the plate. It's just their motivation. Or if it be a situation where you can transition it over to some owner financing via a subject to. So, if there's an opportunity there to pick up a property without having to put any money or very little money in it, relatively speaking, to the value of the property, then yeah, most definitely, but that's a very competitive group of motivated sellers. What should be motivated sellers. Let me say that. Not to discourage, I'm just giving you the real.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you for calling in. All right, Ty.
Yo.
You got anything you want to talk about? By the way, it's on your shirt.
Oh, well, yeah. The main thing I wanted, the event in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the Crown Plaza Hotel, Jamil Pace and myself will be there sharing some knowledge. Is all free or whatever. So we'll be there early to talk to people and afterwards. So if you're in the vicinity within a couple of hours or whatever, it may be worth the trip to roll down. I know it's on a work night, school night or whatever, but sacrifices are what turns into money. So most definitely you want to take advantage of that. And I just released a video on Skip to Flip. So people always ask me about skip tracing. So this is who I've partnered up with. So you'll get a discount by going through me, which it takes you to skipvault.com, but you'll be able to get a discount by going through skiptoflip.com for skip tracing. So on to the next whatever.
Well, still waiting. Still waiting.
I got plenty of questions in here now.
I know. I was trying. You know what? I'm working. I'm trying to get this. Ooh, everybody got chopped. This is mine. Okay, so let's go straight to the phone lines. I'm bound to get Eric on the phone. Thank you for calling. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening. May I speak to Adrian, please?
Oh, damn. Yes, how you slip through the cracks every week? Every week. What's your number? Can we block the number? Hello, how are you?
You can just let it ring.
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm well,
Super
thank
tight.
you. Have you done any deals this week?
No, I've been on the grind. I've actually been trying to talk to a couple people, but nothing fell through. But that's how it usually is from late September to March. It's a little slow, but I get there. I just got to catch my stride. Now I get a couple deals in the pipeline. But I just want to give a shout out to Ty. I actually like that shirt. I like the color schemes. He actually looks like a Cleveland Cavalier. The only difference is he's actually winning. But
oh wow.
Yeah, for the call, motivation. Everybody's out there trying to get a deal. Just stick to it. Just grind hard and just take massive action. That's the best thing I can actually say to them. I mean, it's a little slow at first, but you just get it. Put your nose to the ground and just keep going. You'll get there. You'll get a deal. And I just had to post something in the chat. Basically, it's a deal I did out in Sanford, Florida. Where I did a wholesale deal with my pops, and we made $24,000 on that. So we split that. I took 12, he took 12. So that was my biggest deal. So and the funny thing about that, I don't want to keep the line too long, but the funny thing about that is how I got that deal was my dad actually skip traced the lady's number because I first seen that deal back in 2016. When I was driving for dollars with him, he was trying to introduce me to the wholesale business. So we seen the house. We were going around, we seen the house, and it didn't have the mailbox or anything, so I didn't know the number. So last year, I decided to drive around Sanford and drive for dollars myself. And I came up to the house and actually seen a mailbox, and it said 121 on the mailbox. So I'm like, okay, that's the address to the property. So my dad skip traced the address and got the lady, right?
Right.
And I called her, and her name was Bettina, and I said, hey, Bettina, I want to buy your property, yada, yada, yada. And she hung up on me. So I'm like, oh, man. So what I did was I shot her a text and said, hey, look, Bettina, I'm interested in property. I want to buy it. We can pay cash and we close quickly. I shot her a text right after she hung up on me, and she's like, oh, make an offer. And so I shot her an offer, and That's how I got that one on the contract. And it's actually been like that. The house actually been like that for like over 10 years. So I put a link actually in the chat, and you actually see how they fix it up. I'll even post the Zillow link because the pictures on Zillow is the ones I actually took. You'll see some of how it was before and then how they fixed it up. And the funny thing is on Zillow, it says it actually sold on my birthday, December 10th, so that's kind of crazy.
So it was a deal meant for you, was what you saying?
Oh yeah. No, I had to get that one, Hey, but it can happen like that. She hung up on me. I thought all hope was lost. She hung up on me, and I actually made a deal happen. So I just want to tell everybody out there, just grind. You can get it, man. It may seem hopeless, but you got to grind. You got to talk to people because you are the expert. You know what I'm saying? They come to you because they have a problem. So that's all I want to say.
Well, thank you for calling in. Thank you for being my Thursday rival, and I look forward to seeing you every week.
I know you love me.
Hold on, I gotta go.
I'll let y'all later. Next week, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Have a good night. Don't be making them faces. I got a fan.
I love it.
DW Corbin says she too likes the color. Mr. Flipman likes the color of your shirt.
All through the ages. I had nothing to do with color.
I didn't even think about Cleveland when I did that. My bad. I'm sorry. Patrick Brown says, Ty, so I talked with Jamil and Keegley, and we're putting 2 land deals together. And your one contract good for that? And what should EMD be on vacant land deals? Offers of 450 and 225. So,
well, that contract really is not catered to vacant land or whatever, but that's just a Google search away. Just try to find something simple that you can understand, which means you'll be able to explain it. So,
okay, there you have Monifa. Step 1 is educate yourself. You got step 2. What's the eyes? I don't. What's next? Continuously educating yourself. What would step 2 be?
Credit.
Then where does grind come in? You got to grind. You got to put the work in at some point. And then somewhere in between that, you should start stacking your coins. Thank you. Let's see here. Phone line is open. Oh, Lawrence says those are redskin colors. And let's just go back to Mr. Lawrence here. Mr. Lawrence says, is that Ty, you're going to like this one. You ready? It says, Ty, look at the screen. It says, Ty, can we donate to you for all the work that you do?
Wow. Lawrence.
Can we?
Look at Lawrence.
I like Lawrence.
Yes, Lawrence.
Hey, just my man.
Put the Cash App out there. Put the Cash App.
I had a bad experience with Cash App.
No, I don't have a Cash App. Cash App too loosey goosey for me. I don't know. It's a little loosey.
Yeah.
You put your money.
Customer service is non-existent.
It's just something.
No. Yeah, man, I just really appreciate people just, sharing the knowledge. Obviously, I make a little money from this or whatever, but, just share with other people, man. And, you and I will be, we'll benefit from it. So.
I don't know if it's like a saying, but it's like, what is it? The best form of flattery is, no. I don't know. It's something about paying it forward, and the best way to pay it forward is not to give back to the person who taught you, but to teach someone else.
Yeah. Pay it forward.
So, pay it forward. If it's working for you, and you know it's working, and it's made a difference in your life, then find somebody that's interested in knowing this knowledge and teach them. Like Ty is is multiple branches branching out on the tree, but even if you pick up, just one person, there's just one flower blooming from your branch, then that's one greater than 0. So that's the best way I think you can give back to Ty. Honestly, he's not going to stop doing what he's doing and putting the content out there. So just take full advantage of it. The same thing for Miss Renikia. Miss Renikia, just as Ty, every Thursday, their evenings right here with you guys. Plenty of other things they could be doing. We're not talking about watching TV or eating at the restaurant. We're talking about working, grinding, putting more content out, making money, calling people. But this hour and a half, which is typically what we do, is set aside just for you guys to answer your questions in regards to wholesale. Free knowledge. I don't think you're gonna find that too many other places. You know, that you're just not. So I just think it's just great to see you guys saying I appreciate you. And one way you guys can do that is make sure you like and subscribe across all social media platforms. Hit the bell, be notified when new content is uploaded, when the show is going live. The hearts, if you have, join the Facebook groups. Ooh, I missed the call. I'm fired. So yeah, let's see here. The next thing, let's go. Would you recommend, and this is from Nephew Davis, would you recommend an attorney looking over a contract that you have downloaded offline? So is that necessary?
It just depends on the individual. Everybody's going to be different on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to be different.
If you want to.
Things like an attorney is just going to keep going over your contracts for free. So
well, no, they ain't going to do that.
Right.
But yeah, you have to go with what you're going to be comfortable with as far as what you're getting into at the end of the day. That's one of the reasons why I've tried to keep, you know, that contract that I give away and I personally use as simple as possible. I think I can explain most of it or whatever. So if you don't know a term, Google it. You know, and, you know, you're going to be able to go into depth on any term because it's going to just be so a wealth of information out there to explain it until you get it. You know, so now you can explain it back to whoever you're trying to do a contract with. So, because I'm only normally going to just explain the parts you fill in on the videos that I do, whatever. So, because that's how I do with them. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say, hey, this, and normally I don't do that, but I just hand it to them. You can read the rest of it. Now they may have a question about what about this? I've been so long, but I'm just saying I'm normally only going to explain the parts that are needed to be filled in. So.
All right, going to my phone because I got a call and it says smart people. Did you take that off?
I took it off.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Hey, thank you for calling in. What's your name and where you calling from?
How you doing? My name is Archie Livingston. I'm actually calling from Illinois. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for all y'all doing. I was actually in the process of getting my broker's license and came across the Flipman from seeing somebody else on Instagram. And I just had a question. Could you touch on some of the changes that we've seen in Illinois as far as wholesale?
Yeah, if you were already pursuing your broker's license, might as well go ahead and get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I was there, you know, I'm just such a renegade gator or whatever. I don't think I'd have been outside of the law by no means. But I just would partner with a lot of broke real estate agents, my man. Trust me, right? And just partner with somebody. You basically create a marketing agency, and the agent just can be you. Basically, how you would get paid is that you're charging them for your marketing services, and that'll be based on the assignment fees that they collect. You know, the hustle is real, man. You know, legally.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, exactly what I would be doing.
Make a way.
Yeah.
I'm stopping the show.
Dealing with the seller, want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I make them aware that I'm not, in this instance, you're my customer, I'm not your agent. You know, I'm just doing work for you, but we don't have an agency going on. That way.
Well, but no, that won't work up there. That sounds good. But you don't want to explain it that way. I don't care where you are. You know, you're a buyer. That's what you are. But in the state of Illinois, if the intent is to wholesale the property under the definition, a broker must be involved. They don't have real estate agents. They have different levels of brokers in that state or whatever. And so that's what I would do. Like I said, I would start a marketing agency. An agent would be a part of the agency, even if they were a partner. And how I would get paid, my services would be charged to them, you know, based on the deal or whatever, my marketing fee. So, you know, because they pay for marketing all the time. So, yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
No worries. Thank you. Good luck.
So even on off-market deals?
Huh?
I said even on off-market?
Even on off-market deal, doesn't matter. You check out
they want to.
Yeah, what I did.
I check that video.
Yeah, you need to just check it out.
Let me check that video.
Just direct to the video too.
No, I can answer a question. I'm just saying she would probably find it interesting because he went into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, he went into it.
I got you, Rennie. I got you.
Hey, even I got to check the videos out.
I watched those. You know, I love
But
you.
I want to. I want to know what's really going on.
Some they still getting got up there. I can assure you, some folks up there still getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Maurice, I'm a pre-forward this with not being funny, but I just really want you guys, because I'm learning just as you guys are. Y'all are putting a whole lot more effort into this thing, because I just think it's not for me, it's for everybody, and I'm just lazy. So let's just put that out there. I'm working on it though. 2020 just started yesterday for me. But Maurice, you have a question, and I want everybody to look at the question. Ty, read. I'm gonna read the question. Can you wholesale a property if the mortgage is more than what the house is worth?
Well, you can't. You want to go?
I mean,
okay. So let me take it from the layman. I'm with our viewers and with our subscribers. So for me, it's saying if the house is only worth 100, but they've done, HELOC and double down and all that stuff and upside down, whatever the case may be, but their mortgage is 200,000.
Well,
too much.
I mean,
okay.
that's
40.
Say about 120.
Okay, 120.
yeah.
And the house is only worth 100. We're talking about the ARV if it was in tip-top condition. Can I wholesale that property? Why would I, as a buyer, want a house that has more old on it? Or what can I do with something that has more old on it than?
Well, you can't wholesale it as a cash deal. But if owner financing was set up on it, you could. It depends. It goes into depending on how attractive the property is. If it's a house, we're just saying if it's a house that was just built in 2015, you know what I'm saying? So that should be in really pretty good shape, 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It may be over leveraged, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. It may be a $250,000 house and they owe $260 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Or they owe $250, which is the same thing. So it doesn't matter. So, but you could probably get some really good rent and or transition that over to, again, owner financing on that property. So it still may be worth someone's while if someone's motivated to just say, hey, here are the keys, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it still may be not, but as far as a traditional cash deal, no, it's not even close. Nothing to even think about.
I mean, it's hard to wholesale a property with no equity.
Yeah.
So when you owe more than what the property worth, it's upside down. There's no equity. So honestly, a real investor would never touch an upside down property. You may get a naive retail buyer who will come in and buy it overpriced. They do it all the time. But if you look into wholesale, I think that'd be a very hard wholesale deal.
So creative marketing, creative financing, creative financing. Okay, so there you have it, Maurice.
Assuming the note is manageable, right? Because they may have it's probably not often, but they may have a low note based on what the rental market will allow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If that's the case, then yeah, there's some opportunity there because you can possibly cash flow on it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So and then you again, depending on how attractive the house is and the neighborhood, school zone, all that stuff. People overpay. People have a lot of people have cash and don't have credit. So.
Okay. So whoa. Let's talk about this credit thing, Renika. Shooting this to you. So earlier when it was like step 1, and Miss Monica was like educate yourself, and was like consistently educating yourself. Is the key to success. Educating yourself consistently and consistently educating yourself. And then the second thing we said, fix your credit. And then the third thing, I think we said grind, get out there and grind, and then stack. So going back to the fix your credit part, her question is, I would like to know why it is necessary for me to fix my credit.
That's a really great question. And I'll put grind. I wouldn't say before credit, but as you get your credit right, you want to start grinding. However, credit is the gateway to wealth. So you want to be able to take on opportunities. You may want to put a heavy marketing plan out there, but your savings, the money in your savings account may not be enough for you to really go hard in your marketing. So you're able to tap into your credit and finance your marketing campaign that can possibly bring more opportunity and more money. Credit is wealth. You want to leverage your credit. See, we always use our credit to buy stuff, but we say buy it. I mean, use your credit to invest in yourself. It's like, well, why? That's really what we need to be using credit to do. So you want to use credit to invest in your business. So the better your credit is, the more money you can tap into to invest into you and your business.
All right. So absolutely. I think that it may not be your first step, but it should be the end game to have your credit right. I mean, I think that's just you just want to have that backup plan. It just see something for you to fall back on. Let's see here. What can I do if I can't find Florida? I don't know. I don't know. What's
What can I do if I can't find?
Read it.
What do you mean?
I don't. What can I do if I can't find? Oh, okay. Woo! Typo. That computer is one thing. He tried it. You got it on the third time, Jameson. You got it. What if I can't find comps for my property?
Oh.
Hmm.
Good question.
That's a problem. Because it could mean that there's not enough activity going on in the area to sell your property. Comps mean that there's activity, there's people buying and selling. So if you can't find comps, and some properties are specialized. You may have to go a little bit farther out instead of the within a mile type of scenario. You may need to go out 2 to 3 miles, but comps is necessary. How do you know what to sell your property for if there's nothing on the market being sold? So comps helps you engage where you should be. So if you can't find comps, it could mean 1 or 2 things. There's not enough activity in the area. The area could be more rural, so there's not enough activity, or it may be just that good of an area that no one sells. Or it could be a specialized property and you have to just go farther out to find more comps.
Yeah, my nephew is finally trying to learn this. So you could tell when someone's really trying to learn something because they're going to have what? Questions.
Yes.
He would say, hey, I done went through it, but you wouldn't have no questions. So now he has questions or whatever. So I know you're actually trying to go through the stuff. You have some legitimate questions that someone will ask when they start going through different levels of the information or whatever. So he was saying he would listen to me talk to somebody about comp similar to this question here. And he said, and that they were in the property that they were evaluating was in a rural area. And he was like, oh, that's why, you don't ever try to do any in the business at home where we're from, because the town I grew up in, less than 1,000 people.
Right.
Or what I said, there really never any transaction. I started naming some of our relatives. I say, we don't even know I couldn't tell you what their house is worth because they're not going to be anything. And as nice as the house is, I can't tell you what it would be worth. You know what I'm saying? Because no one has sold in that area probably in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how. I wonder how appraisers even come up with an amount. Because they do sell, normally the way it goes, if it's a situation where they die and they don't have any relatives in the area anymore, then somebody will eventually buy it. So how do they come up with a price or whatever, to do that? How do they come up with a value? I would be interested to talk to an appraiser on that. How do they do it? If you don't have anything to go by. Now, some of the neighborhoods in Birmingham, some of the older Black neighborhoods that were sought after long years ago, you'll have some of those neighborhoods. They don't sell. And what happens is they'll live in it till they die. Kids give it away. You know what I'm saying? But but it's still not enough transactions a lot of times to give their true because they think their houses are a lot. I know what the county is taxing them for as far as the assessed value, but they can't get that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no activity.
I would say this. I just had that scenario. A young man brought a property that he was trying to get a 30-year rental loan on.
Mhm.
And I told him, if it's rural, we really can't land on it. So he went through the process anyway. The appraisal came back and the comps was all 12, 15 miles away.
Wow.
To me, is inaccurate. I mean, we can never go off an appraisal with comps 15 miles away, but
Yeah.
that's what he did. He provided comps that was 12 to 15 miles away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to. Well, we're gonna do this. Yes. That's smart people. Hey, thanks for calling in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Dee from Georgia. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for calling from Georgia.
Good.
You have a question?
Yes, actually, I was hoping that they can touch base on taxes. I had just one deal, just one, and I'm having trouble trying to find out how to do my own taxes. And I didn't know if I needed to do a 1099 or how would I do that. I know there's a certain way for taxes to be done if you're doing multiple deals. So I just need to know how to do that.
Well, we're not CPAs, but if it was only one deal, you know, I'm assuming you kept records as far as your expenses to run your business.
Yes.
You kept expenses. Whoever does your taxes, it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out what your taxable income amount is for that particular transaction or whatever. So, you know, I don't know what else to tell you.
And then it's called a K-9 form, but I wouldn't recommend for you to do your own. You know, the K-9 forms is a little bit more in depth.
Because I do my own, so it would be recommended for me to go to someone.
I would go to someone. And honestly, if you know how to do taxes, you can go to someone the first year and they'll teach you what you need to do and how to do it. You know, ask questions, but the K-9 form is a little bit more in detail. So I would definitely recommend for you to seek an expert.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoying the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good night.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, Demo Pahari, I hope I said that right. Demo Pahari says he was just looking at one of your videos online and realized you were online. So he says, thank you for your knowledge. And if you can you please tell me where you get your list from? Court or where or what? See, I read it exactly.
You still online, man. Move this thing out of the way, please. There you go. Dealulator.com is where you can get your list. When you get to the site, there's going to be a video, top 10 ways to use the best real estate tool, in my opinion, online or whatever. And that video there is part of that video is going to go through that. It's about an hour long, but it's really detailed on how that tool can be used beyond just getting list. So dealulator.com.
All right. And Demo, just in case you didn't know, I know you stumbled upon us today, but we are here every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. And this is the place where you can come and join us and now your new wholesaling friends. And we could talk about wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit. Little to no, but not zero. That's not what we said. Okay. But you're more than welcome to follow Flipman on all social media platforms. You can join the Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flipman Facebook group. The beautiful young lady that you see right there on your screen is Renikia, and she can be reached across all social media platforms as well. And also at fundmynextdeal.com. So Demo, with you and everyone else that joined us this week, we most definitely hope to see you next week. Ty, you got anything for the people?
Yeah, again, I'm going to be at the Crown Plaza Hotel in downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, not too far from Philadelphia, not too far from Pittsburgh. March 10th at 6 p.m., the Central PA Investors, I guess, Real Estate Investment Club, Pace and Jamil and myself will be there trying to help people get this bread. So again, Crown Plaza Hotel, downtown Harrisburg, PA on March 10th, which that's this Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully see a bunch of you all there and meet some of the people up in that part of the country on the eastern border. So again, we'll you got anything, Renika?
No, I don't.
Y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Flip man, it's the flip man, You want some money in your hand, flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
It's still live?
I'm Jamil Damji. I'm Pace Morby. And together we are Pace and Jamil Do America. Central PA Investors. We are going to be there March 10th. Zach Weiss is bringing us out. Weiss is the man. He's amazing. Guys, it's so exciting to hang out with you and Zach Weiss at the Crown Plaza Hotel in downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What are we going to be talking about, bro? It's at 6 p.m. and we're going to be talking about acquisitions, dispositions, and your favorite subject to seller finance. Absolutely, and we have a special guest coming with us. Come on in, Ty. Ty the Flipman Taylor! Are you kidding me? It's gonna be off the hook. It's bananas. Let's go.